Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk More on Monday. I'm your podcast host, Chloe, and today we are continuing our issue 11 Women Who Contributor Chat series, where I get to sit down with the people who made issues happen and figure out the stories behind the stories. But today we have a bit of a special episode because I am not talking to the actual writer, contributor of this article. I am speaking to the inspiration behind the article. So we are sitting down with some students from IU Kelley School of Business, Indianapolis, that Alabia Prasad wrote about in issue 11, Women Who, and we are going to find out more about their lives, the stories that inspired Alabia's piece, and some information about what IU Kelley School of Business is all about. They have been a fierce advocate for more. Our founder and CEO, Ariana, is a graduate of IU Kelley School of Business, Indianapolis, and they support our Founder to Founder series. So they have been a champion for us in continuing Moore's mission of making opportunities reachable for everyone. So big shout out to IU Kelley School of Business, but I'm going to turn the mic over to my excellent guests. Please introduce yourselves. Let us know who you are, what you do, what you study at Kelley, and any organizations or clubs that you're a part of. Just give us your elevator pitch. I'd love to hear it. We will go clockwise, so I'll start with you, Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna Almeciga. I'm a sophomore at IU Indianapolis, studying business management and marketing with a minor in psychology. I'm currently a media officer for FBLA, or Future Business Leaders of America, and I'm a member of WIB, or Women in Business.
Excellent. Yes, we love an acronym around here. You gotta.
My name is Pawanjeet Deol. It's nice to meet you all. I'm a sophomore at Kelley. I'm currently majoring in finance and econ with a minor in sustainable practice and policy. And I'm part of the business professional fraternity here on campus, DSP, and then FIC, which is the Finance and Investment Club. And I'm also a member of Women in Business.
Excellent. So many good clubs there. Just excellent ways to learn more and get involved.
Hi everyone, my name is Kimberly Hestermann. I'm pursuing a double major at IU Indianapolis, both finance at the Kelley School of Business Indianapolis, as well as philanthropic leadership at the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy. I'm really passionate about social impact and mental health, and other areas that I'm involved in on campus include Chancellor's Student Advisory Board. My junior year, I'm currently on the Chancellor's Student Mental Health Council this year for my senior year, and I am also the president of Women in Business.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited to get to talk to all of you about your experiences and, what it's been like to be a student at IU Kelley School of Business. It's definitely something that a lot of our listeners are passionate about because we get a lot of students and people who are interested in furthering their education in a lot of different areas of their lives. I mean, you never stop learning. So we try to educate here. But I would love to ask you each an individual question as part of this episode. So I'm going to introduce each of you separately and ask you a question about something that Alabia featured as part of her article that made her article possible. And if you are listening to this, make sure that you join us on Patreon because we're going to get into some group questions, things that they've learned at their time at IU Kelley School of Business Indianapolis, where they hope to see themselves professionally. So make sure to join us over there as well. But first up, I'm going to turn the mic over to Anna. Alabia wrote about your workplace experience guide that you developed. And I believe this was part of an internship. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, I'm currently still in that internship role. It's kind of moved to a part-time position, but over the course of, thank you. Sorry, I don't know what it's. Over the course of about, I'd say 5 months now, I've been developing the workplace experience guide. Even Pawanjeet helped get it started at her time in Alenco. So it just supports the new transition downtown. It's almost like a central resource for all employees. It's used nearly, I think, 100% of on-site staff, almost 100% of on-site staff, and even people globally that come to the workspace the new headquarters down here, just figuring out like where to park, just things like that. Just and the rules, like when does the coffee shop open? Where can I get food? Where's all the meeting spaces at? So this guy just has a little bit of everything. Any questions you'd ask. Um, Even just working with cross-functional teams like our facilities team with the gym and the wellness center coming in November, actually, and the communications team, just working on signage for even like our pickleball court, those rules, basketball court rules, even bocce ball. So it's been fun. It's been really exciting. A lot of questions here and there from employees, and just kind of figuring out where to publish it. How do we keep it updated?
Right.
So we even just made a new AI chatbot where the comms team uploaded the workplace experience guide in there, and then any employee can go in and ask it a question, and it gives back the answer.
Very
So you could
cool.
ask an employee can be like, "Where do I find the equipment for pickleball?" It'd be like, "Oh, just go to the pavilion, like outside this door." So it's really cool. That's still in the workings. We're still kind of tinkering it with a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's really fun. It's really exciting. It's just continuing to evolve. I'm currently still working on it. Just new changes, like I said, with the gym coming in November, the pickleball courts coming in, I think, next April. So it's just constantly changing that and republishing. So keeping it updated for all employees.
Yeah. Besides that, what has your internship and subsequent part-time position looked like?
Um, it's pretty lenient. It's not, you don't have to be in office every day. They're pretty chill about it. I do go into the office just because the new headquarters is 8 minutes away. It's not it's not bad at all. The drive's not bad at all. I just like interacting with all my coworkers as well. Um, they're all friendly, they're all inclusive. Um, it's just been super fun. It's a little things here and there. I think
Mhm.
right now I just made signage for our pumpkin contest. So it could be little things like that. And even all my coworkers are loving the new like AI avatars. So I've been making those for them. And just kind of helping with new onboarding, new employee onboarding, just kind of working with different teams. So
Yeah.
I'm not really set in one team. Everybody seems to need help elsewhere. So I don't mind.
Yeah. I feel like that's such a great idea, and it should be a requirement for all companies to just have like a baseline education on, how to do
Yeah.
everything, where to find things, resources, all of that. Every company has some like version of that,
Mhm.
but if it could be more robust, I feel like it just sets people up for success. So I love
Oh,
that you're
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
that project. Very exciting. Well, thank you for sharing. Since you mentioned Pawanjeet, I would love to transition over, share the mic with you. And I would love to hear about what this Business Plus program is all about. Alabia mentions it a number of times in the article, and I think it sounds very interesting. I'd love to hear some of your experiences. And as you were going through what you've been studying, remind me what it is like your major and minor titles, because I had a follow-up question.
Yeah. So, I'm double majoring in finance and econ, and then I have a minor in sustainable practice and policy.
Okay, that's my question, the minor, because I think sustainable practice and policy is very interesting. I would love to just have you tell us a little bit about what that means.
Yeah, so growing up, I always knew that I was going to be doing something in business. But then during high school, I realized that I don't just want to work in business. I'd like to work somewhere that kind of um, takes our environment into like a center point. And with finance, with intertwining all of those topics, I feel like I would be able to kind of create an impact into some, like, our planet, which is one of the most important things that I think we have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to find that niche in the finance sector because it exists, but it's very hard. It's kind of gaining traction now, but when I first started college, it was very hard to find anyone kind of talking about that, but
Right.
it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. And yeah.
Awesome. Very important work. My brother is an environmental scientist, so my interest was piqued for sure.
Yeah.
It's crucial. So thanks for doing the good work.
Mhm.
But circling back, tell us about Business Plus.
Yeah, so with Business Plus, it's one of the programs that I think is the most important here at Kelly Indianapolis. I think it should be it's critical for students to know about it because it gives students that experience that is so very much needed within your first year, your second year. Like going into Kelly, I was like, yes, I want to do finance. Yes, I want to do econ, but is it right for me? And when I applied to Business Plus, I was able to get an internship with first the R&D finance sector or department at Elanco. And then I worked with Anna with HR, the workplace experience guide, which was great. But within that, I was kind of able to secure my feelings about working in a field like this. Like I was able to understand that yes, this is for me. But if I hadn't gotten that experience, I would be putting in all of this work for a degree that maybe I wouldn't even enjoy.
Right.
And then with Kelly Business Plus, that program just put me so far ahead of based on like my experiences and just knowing like where I work best and how I work best. And I also want to say, like, with the Business Plus program, it sets up such a crucial support system because, first of all, we're like 19, 20. We're working with people that are 30, 40, even older than that, which is great. But
Mhm.
it's hard to kind of understand how to function when you've only been in a classroom setting for your own, like almost your entire life.
Right.
Business Plus, they give you that support system that allows you to share your problems, kind of like troubleshoot your way through them. And then if I didn't have that and I had to do that all by myself, that would make it exponentially difficult. More
Yeah.
difficult. Yeah.
I feel like what's really struck me about these programs through IU Kelly School of Business is allowing people to figure out like what they truly want, what works for them, what doesn't, dipping their toe into the professional world and getting experiences that you otherwise are getting, as you're thrust into professional life and you learn lessons a lot harder. People are a lot less forgiving once you're out of
Mhm.
school. So giving you the opportunity to learn with, somewhat of a safety net, I think is very
Yeah.
supportive of them.
And then another thing is when you are working in that real workplace, you get to see the connections from your classroom to
Mhm.
the real world, which I think is vital. I think it's helped me so many times. Like I had my first accounting class when I was doing my internship. And then during that time I was learning about accruals and I would see it in class and then I would go to work and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Pawanjeet, we need you to look at this accrual, like we'll tell you what it is." And then they walked me through it and then I was able to make that connection and it really creates like lasting knowledge in your head. Like
Right.
with most classes it's easy to forget something after it's been over, but with this it's like, oh, now I actually know it. And that's just like a small example, but that's very crucial as well.
Yeah, that real life experience in an organized setting.
Hmm.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing. I love all these programs that IU Kelly School of Business offers. I think they're really setting everyone that goes up for success.
Yeah.
But last but not least, we also have Kimberly, and I wanted to hear more about your experience as the president of Women in Business because, first of all, what an amazing organization, and second of all, what an honor to get to serve as president. And I would love to know what it's been like to be president, what it was like to get to that point in your collegiate career.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Chloe, for this really thoughtful question. I feel like being the president of Women in Business, like you said, is a really big honor. And I feel like it's also been really transformational for me personally and professionally. Kind of how I got into wanting to join Women in Business was my freshman year being at the Kelly School of Business and just wanting to find community somewhere where people were uplifting, somewhere that was really inclusive and welcoming. And I really found that in Women in Business, especially the president at the time. I feel like she really transformed the club as well. And I wanted to learn more about how she fell into the role and how she was able to build up to be president as well. And also knowing that I had my philanthropic leadership degree, I knew that I could bring some value to the organization
Right.
outside of business skills. And so I asked her if there was room to do something within like social impact or the community, if there was a role that was needed. And she said that was a really big gap in the organization and that she'd love if I was able to kind of create my own position. So by asking that question, I feel like I went out of my comfort zone and was able to really identify a need that the club had. So I started off being the director of philanthropy for Women in Business. I served for about a year. I think it was like 2 years that I served as the director of philanthropy, and then I was able to step into the president role this year, the spring semester, and then this fall. And I feel like it's really shown me that leadership isn't just a title; it's an action, and that all of the people on my exec team are so hardworking and show such great leadership qualities every day that it really is an honor for me to be able to collaborate with them, knowing that we work as a team. It's not just the titles that matter, it's being collaborative, working as a team. And so I feel like it's just really shown me the kind of leader I want to step into the workforce being like, and also bringing other people with me, making informational accessible. Mentorship is a really big part of Women in Business as well that I've learned, meeting so many great people. And so even just meeting members who come to our call-out meetings and our professional events has been really, really impactful to me as well.
Yeah. I love what you said, that it's not just a title, it's about action. And I think that's something that can easily be forgotten. Leaders forget, what they were called to do in the first place, and can often just rest on their laurels, right? And assume that they have done the work and they don't need to do anything further. But I think that's a great example of, you got to keep showing up for people. And I also think that you can be a mentor and a mentee all at the same time. There are people that are still guiding your way, but you're setting the groundwork for people that are coming after you. So it's very exciting. Before we end this episode, I would love to give you all a chance to plug anything you want to plug. If people want to find you outside of this sphere, how can they find you? We'll start with you, Anna, and we'll go back around.
Yeah, can I show it, or should I'll just say it? I actually have two. I'm gonna do FBLA. Oh, I'll do both. The first one is FBLA. Oh, I think it's backwards, but it's FBLAC_IUI. That's our FBLA page. So most of that content I've made, or my media committee has made, and then I'll just plug my own social. My last name is it's like blurring, but it's Anna, ANNA Almeciga, ALMECIGA.
Perfect. And we'll link those both in the show notes. If you are interested, definitely follow those pages to keep up with all the good things that they're doing.
Yeah, I don't really have well, I do have something actually. Please check out our FIC Instagram page. We have some great information on there, and we're always looking for more people to kind of, connect with. So check out that. It's FIC_IUI. And please connect with me on LinkedIn. It's just my name, Pawanjeet Deol. And yeah.
Perfect. We love a LinkedIn moment.
And I will plug Women in Business at IUI. It's just IUI WIB, WIB. And we have merch that we just released, actually. So if you're interested in buying any merch, feel free to look at our post and our URL in our bio. Awesome. And I will also plug my LinkedIn as well, just Kimberly Hestermann.
Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for joining me and sharing some of your experiences. Make sure, if you're listening to this, to come join us over on Patreon. We're going to have some group discussion about some of these things that they have experienced during their time. So make sure to join us over there, and make sure that you're picking up your copy of issue 11, Women Who. We only print so many, so get them while they're hot. And make sure to check out our website for all of the excellent stories that have been shared. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you all for joining me. And we will see you next week when we talk with some more contributors. So we'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.